Okay, good evening. It's Sunday, January 13th, about 8:30, and I'm just going to cut a quick video to give a preview of the next 2 weeks, really. And I mentioned last week in the video, it was after last week that things are going to cool down, and that is true. We're going to start to notice a cool down beginning this week. Temperatures will go down into the 30s, and then by next week, you'll really notice the cold temperatures. So real quick, I just want to give an overview of what to expect, and we'll take it from there. So looking at the next 7 to 14 days, this does not include this week, but it's from next Sunday through the following Sunday. You can see generally we're going to have temperatures that are generally anywhere from about 3 to 6 degrees below normal. So that time of year, that translates into the high 20s, low 30s. So that's a decent cold outbreak, and a lot of that is due to the fact that basically the upper atmosphere over the North Pole has warmed in the upper levels. And what that does is it splits the polar vortex, is what it's called, which is basically the polar cold air, and it basically spreads it south. So you can see a part of the polar vortex here is over Europe, and the other part is forecasted to come down into the East Coast by this time next week. So that's what's really going to translate to the temperatures. Also notice there's going to be a lot of ridging on the west coast. So if we are going to have any snowstorms, which there are none showing up on the maps yet, it's going to be after this week. So keep that in mind. And you can see closer up right here, really the polar air being unleashed across the East Coast, as indicated by the deep green. So looking at what the temperatures are going to look like a week from today, you can see here's a chart. If you're having trouble seeing it, darker pink is in the teens, lighter pink is in the 20s, and so basically this translates to over North Jersey, South Jersey, higher 20s, North Jersey, lower 20s, and this is on next Monday. And all the way up into New England, we have high temperatures actually going sub-zero. So this is going to be some pretty impressive cold coming. But it's just cold right now. There are no storms on the maps, but I think that is going to change in February. And in fact, you can see, looking at the long-term climate models, February is forecasted to be a cold month. Anything in blue and green is below normal temperatures. So we also have the warmer air in the west coast, which indicates a ridge in the west and a trough in the east. So all we need now is to have a piece of the southern jet stream try to sneak up a little bit and merge with some of this cold air, and we'll see storms end of January and into February time frame. I can't give an exact date yet, but I know a storm should form. If it didn't, I would be pretty surprised. So I think that's our winter. We're going to have a 4-week stretch of winter. I think in March things are going to back off a little bit. But, I think 1 to 2 snowstorms are definitely possible for this whole region, and I'm going to keep keeping an eye on it. And I'll also post this week if anything does pop up. But in summary, again, expect things to cool down. I hope everybody enjoyed the warm-up, and I'll be continuing to update on any events that pop up over the next week. Take care.